Skorzakis.
I am 86 years old. I have buried 3 wives, 3 women who loved me more than I deserved, 3 women I failed in 3 different ways. My name is Arthur. I am sitting in a house that has been too quiet for 2 years now. Since Margaret died, since I put my 3rd wife in the ground and came home to a silence so complete, it feels like punishment. Before I join them, I need to tell you what I learned, what I wish I had known when I was young and stupid and thought love was something you could take for granted. You are living a lie about love. You think you have forever. You think there will always be time to say the words, to make the changes, to become the person they deserve. But forever is a lie. And by the time you realize it, you are standing at a graveside, wondering why you wasted so much time. Let me tell you about Dorothy, my first wife. We married in 1962. I was 24 years old and thought I knew everything about everything. Dorothy was 19. Beautiful. Trusting. She believed I could do anything. Dorothy wanted simple things. Sunday morning breakfasts that lasted past noon. Long walks after dinner when the air was cool. Conversations that started at the kitchen table and ended up lasting until midnight. She wanted me present. She wanted me there. Not my body going through motions, but me. My attention, my heart. But I was building a career. I was going to be somebody important. I worked at the insurance office 60 hours a week, sometimes 70. Came home exhausted and distracted, my mind still churning through policies and claims and office politics. Dorothy would meet me at the door with a smile and excitement about her day. She would try to tell me about the neighbor's new baby, about the book she was reading, about the garden she was planning for spring. Small things, daily things, the building blocks of a shared life. I would nod and grunt and turn on the television. I was too tired for conversation, too busy for her dreams, too important for her small joys. I thought providing was loving. I thought earning money was the same as building a marriage. Dorothy started getting quiet around 1967. She stopped meeting me at the door, stopped trying to tell me about her day, stopped asking about mine. We lived in the same house like polite strangers passing in hallways. She cooked, I ate, she cleaned, I watched television. She went to bed alone while I fell asleep in my chair. I told myself this was normal. This was marriage after the honeymoon phase. The excitement fades. People settle into routines. But what I was seeing was not routine. It was resignation. Dorothy was giving up on us, and I was too blind to see it. In 1970, Dorothy got sick. Cancer. Stomach cancer that moved fast and mean through her small body. The doctor gave her 6 months. She lasted 4. Suddenly I was taking time off work to care for her. First time in 8 years I was home during the day. And you know what I discovered? I had married a stranger. This woman I had lived with for 8 years, shared a bed with, eaten dinner with thousands of times. I did not know her. I did not know her favorite color was yellow. I did not know her middle name was Rose. I did not know she had always wanted to learn piano, but never mentioned it because I was always too busy to listen. I did not know she wrote poetry in a journal she kept hidden in her dresser drawer. I did not know Dorothy at all. I had been living with a ghost of my own making. As Dorothy got sicker, weaker, I tried to make up for lost time. I read to her. I held her hand. I asked her about her dreams, her fears, her memories, and she answered, patient even in dying, giving me pieces of herself I should have collected over years. Dorothy died holding my hand, and her last words were, I wish we had talked more. I wish we had talked more. Not I love you, not take care of yourself. She wished we had talked more. I buried Dorothy in 1970. I was 32 years old, and I thought I had learned my lesson. I thought I understood what I had lost. The loneliness that followed her death felt like education. I swore I would never make the same mistake again. I was wrong. 2 years later, I met Linda. Linda was different from Dorothy, stronger, more demanding. She would not let me ignore her the way I ignored Dorothy. Linda made me engage. She called me out when I was distant. She fought for my attention instead of quietly surrendering it. For a while, it worked. Linda and I talked. We went places together. We had friends over for dinner parties. We built something that felt like a real marriage. I thought I had fixed myself. I thought I was different now. I thought Dorothy's death had taught me how to love. But Linda wanted children. She wanted a family. She wanted me to be a father, not just a provider who lived in the same house as his offspring. And when our son Danny was born in 1975, something in me panicked. I was terrified of failing as a father the way I had failed as a husband. So instead of staying close, I threw myself into work even harder. I was going to give my family everything: the biggest house, the best schools, college tuition, security, a future without financial worry. I worked 70 hours a week, traveled for business conferences, missed Danny's first steps, his first words, his first day of school. I was building security while Linda raised our son alone, again and again, choosing my career over my family and calling it love. Linda tried to talk to me about it. She said Danny needed his father, not just his father's paycheck. She said she needed her husband present, not just his body sleeping next to her at night. But all I heard was criticism. All I heard was that I was not enough, that nothing I did mattered. So I worked more. I provided harder. I threw money at problems that needed presence to solve. Linda started taking Danny places without me. Soccer games, school plays, weekend trips to her mother's house. They became a unit of two while I became the stranger who paid the bills and showed up for dinner if my schedule allowed. By 1983, Linda was done. She filed for divorce. She did not want alimony. She did not want the house. She wanted shared custody, but more than that, she wanted out of a marriage with a man who was never actually in it. I fought the divorce. Not because I loved Linda, though I did. I fought it because losing felt like failure, and I had spent my whole life running from failure by working harder, achieving more, climbing higher. But Linda was right. I had already failed. I had failed from the moment I chose work over presence, money over attention, providing over loving. I just had not admitted it yet. Linda remarried in 1986, a teacher named Robert who coached Danny's Little League team. Robert was there for school plays and parent conferences and Saturday morning pancakes. Robert showed up. Robert was present. Robert became the father I never learned how to be. Danny grew up calling Robert Dad. He still does. I am Arthur to my own son, not Dad, not Father Arthur. Like I am his mother's first husband instead of the man who helped create him. That is what my absence earned me. That is the price of putting career before family, success before love, providing before presence. Linda died in a car accident in 2001. She was 58 years old. Drunk driver ran a red light and killed her instantly. I went to her funeral, sat in the back row like a stranger, watched my son bury the only parent who ever really raised him. After the service, Danny came over to me. He was 26 then, a man I barely knew. tall and serious and looking exactly like I did at that age. He looked at me for a long moment and said, "She talked about you sometimes, you know. She said you were not a bad man, just a scared one." That was the last real conversation I ever had with my son. He lives in Oregon now, has 3 kids I have never met, grandchildren who do not know their grandfather exists. He sends me a Christmas card every year with their school pictures. That is the extent of our relationship. I lost my son because I was too scared to be a father. I lost Linda because I was too scared to be a husband. But even after 2 failures, 2 divorces, 2 women I had driven away with my fear and my absence, I still had not learned. Not really. 10 years after Linda died, I met Margaret. Margaret was 65, a widow whose husband Harold had died of a heart attack 5 years earlier. She was lonely. I was lonely. We found each other at a bookstore coffee shop, 2 damaged people looking for companionship in our golden years. Margaret was different from Dorothy and Linda. She had already buried one husband she adored. She knew how short life was. She knew how precious time was. She knew that every day was borrowed time, and every moment was a gift that could be taken back without warning. Margaret did not want to waste a single day on small complaints or petty arguments or careful planning for a future that might not come. Margaret wanted to live. She wanted to travel and see things and have adventures. She had a list of places she wanted to go before she got too old to enjoy them. Iceland to see the northern lights. New Zealand to hike in the mountains. Alaska to watch whales migrate. Italy to eat real pasta and drink wine in vineyards. But I was 75 when I met Margaret, set in my ways, comfortable in my routines, afraid of change, afraid of spending money, afraid of taking risks at an age when most people are settling into quiet retirement. Every time Margaret showed me brochures for cruises, I would say they were too expensive. When she suggested weekend trips to nearby cities, I would say I was too tired. When she wanted to take dancing lessons or cooking classes or art workshops, I said my knees were bad, or my back hurt, or we should wait until next year. Next year, next year, next year. That became my answer to everything Margaret wanted to do together. Margaret stopped asking around 2015. She stopped showing me brochures. She stopped planning adventures. She stopped dreaming out loud about places we could go and things we could see. She settled into my small, careful, fearful life and pretended it was enough for her. But it was not enough. It was never enough. Margaret had married Harold young, and they had traveled the world together. They danced at their wedding and kept dancing for 37 years. They said yes to life over and over again until Harold's heart gave out and left Margaret alone with a lifetime of beautiful memories. I gave Margaret 5 years of careful living, 5 years of staying home and watching television and playing it safe, 5 years of next year, next year, next year. In 2018, Margaret started forgetting things, little things at first, where she put her reading glasses, what day of the week it was, then bigger things, my name, her own address, how to work the coffee maker she had used every morning for 3 years. Alzheimer's took Margaret slowly, piece by piece, memory by memory, but even as her mind faded, even as she forgot who I was and where she was and what year it was, she would sometimes look at me with perfect clarity and say, "We should have gone to Alaska, Arthur. We should have seen those whales. We should have gone to Alaska. We should have taken the cruise to see the northern lights. We should have learned to dance even though I felt foolish. We should have done all the things she wanted to do while she still remembered wanting them." Margaret died in 2022. I was holding her hand when she went, sitting in a hospice room that smelled like disinfectant and sadness. Her last lucid moment was 3 days before she died. She opened her eyes, looked right at me with recognition for the first time in months, and said, "Arthur, I hope in your next life you learn to say yes more often. I hope in your next life you learn to say yes more often." That was her goodbye to me. Not "I love you." Not "thank you for taking care of me." She hoped I would learn to say yes. I buried Margaret next to Harold, her first husband, the man who took her dancing and showed her Europe and said yes to her dreams while they both could. She wanted to be buried next to Harold, not me. Harold earned his place beside her. I was just the man who kept her company while she waited to join him. Now I am sitting here, 86 years old, surrounded by the silence I chose over and over again. 3 wives, 3 different women, 3 different ways of failing at love. But here is what I learned, what took me 3 lifetimes and 3 funerals to understand. Love is not a feeling that comes and goes. Love is not passion that fades with age. Love is not romance that dies after the wedding. Love is attention. Love is presence. Love is the choice to say yes when someone you care about says, "Let's do this together." Dorothy did not need me to be successful in business. She needed me to listen when she told me about her day, to care about the small things that made up her world, to see her as more than the person who kept house while I built my career. Linda did not need me to work 70 hours a week to provide for our family. She needed me to come home and be a father to our son, to be a partner in raising the child we made together, to choose family time over FaceTime with my boss. Margaret did not need me to save money for some theoretical future emergency. She needed me to live today with her while we still could, to say yes to adventures while our bodies could handle them, to make memories instead of making excuses. I gave them everything except the one thing they actually wanted: my time, my attention, my presence, my willingness to say yes to the life they wanted to build together. You think love is about grand gestures and expensive gifts and dramatic declarations, but love is about the small daily choice to pay attention to the person sitting across from you at breakfast. Love is putting down your phone when they are talking. Love is saying yes to the weekend trip, even though you are tired. Love is dancing in the kitchen even though you feel foolish. Love is showing up every day for the small moments that add up to a lifetime. 3 women loved me enough to marry me. 3 women tried to build a life with me. 3 women I failed because I thought there would always be more time to get it right. There is no more time. There is only now. And now is slipping away faster than you think. Stop waiting for retirement to start paying attention to your spouse. Stop waiting for the kids to grow up to rediscover each other. Stop waiting for more money or more time or more energy to start saying yes to the life someone wants to share with you. Your wife is not asking you to buy her expensive things. She is asking you to see her, to hear her, to be present with her in the small moments that make up a marriage. Your husband is not asking you to be perfect. He is asking you to show up, to engage, to participate in building something together instead of just existing in the same house. There is no later, there is only now. And the person you love might not be there when you finally decide to pay attention. I failed 3 good women. I buried 3 wives who deserved better than the half-present man I gave them. I'm going to die alone because I never learned how to say yes while it mattered. Do not be like me. Do not wait until you are standing at a graveside to realize you never really lived with the person you lost. Love them now. Love them while they are here to receive it. Say yes to their dreams. Show up for their daily life. Be present for the ordinary moments that are actually extraordinary if you pay attention. Because someday you will be sitting where I am sitting, and all you will have left are the memories you chose to make or chose to miss. I am tired now. Go home to whoever is waiting for you. Put down your phone. Look at them. Really see them. Say yes to whatever they want to do together. Your someday is today. Your next life starts now.